So I went to the Dragon this past weekend and I had an awesome time. The atmosphere was great, the friends were great, the driving was absolutely unbelievable. Just overall awesome weekend. We're up in the mountains, there was no cell phone service. We had Wi-Fi in the cabin we were staying in, but I didn't even care to use it. I was preoccupied with all the other things going on during the weekend. But then I get back to the real world on Monday, log into Facebook, and I find this photo on the internet. This is me driving my car in the wrong lane on the Dragon, which I agree is not a good thing. Like, you should not drive in the wrong lane. But people were absolutely freaking out. Like, so much more than I would expect from just this photo. So my question is, why is everyone freaking out so much about me and nobody's freaking out about this dumbass right here? Look at this guy. He's doing basically the same exact thing, but I haven't heard anyone complain about this guy. Why is that? Why has no one complained about this? Yet I have lost Facebook friends and been kicked out of Facebook groups over this photo. So what's the difference between this and this? Why? Why? I don't think this guy's gotten any backlash at all. Meanwhile, I've been getting hateful messages and just everything over this fucking photo. So what's the difference? Well, I'll tell you what the difference is. This photo's never appeared on the internet. This is actually a still I got out of my own dash cam. And the reason this guy is in the left lane right here is because he's passing this truck and boat who pulled off to the side so that he could pass. And then I passed right behind him. And then my friend, who was behind me, passed in the left lane as well. So maybe it turns out that sometimes there are things going on outside the frame of the camera. Sometimes in life, context is a thing. And sometimes you can be misled by a lack of context. And sometimes you can jump on the bandwagon and just start fucking being keyboard warrior motherfucker, talking mad crazy shit on the internet over some small photo that has very little field of view. You can't see much here. And y'all are talking such mad shit about this. Which, that being said, I fully agree, this looks fucking terrible. Nothing about this looks good. Even assuming that maybe there's stuff you can't see outside this frame, it still looks really bad. However, let me explain. I have a CAE Ultra Shifter. It's very precise. The space between the gears is just so microscopic. You have to be absolutely precise, which is normally very, very helpful, on a normal racetrack. But at the Dragon, it's kind of a rough ride. You're constantly being jostled around. It's ridiculous. So, a common problem I had over the weekend was missing second gear. I kept shifting, attempting to downshift from third to second, but I would miss second and land in fourth. So, I'd be approaching a curve, try to downshift to second to, downshift before the curve, but I'd miss and I'd hit fourth. So, that happened several times. So, when that would happen, I would do one of two things. I would either leave it in fourth, go around the corner in low RPMs, then rev match, hit second and go, or I'd just throw it in neutral, coast around the corner, then rev match, slam that bitch in second, and take off like a rocket. Whatever. That happened several times. But a few times, this photo right here being one of them, mind you, this happened more than once. I went completely in the left lane intentionally several times. This is why. Not every corner in the Dragon is blind. This corner being one of them. sometimes you can actually see like 300 feet down the road. You can see like 3 or 4 turns. And that's what happened here. I was going around, I was approaching the corner. I could see way the fuck down the road, and there was no one coming at all. I was coming in this corner hot. Tried to hit second, and I missed. Landed right and forth again. I saw no one was coming, so instead of taking my hand off the shifter and putting it on the wheel and going around the corner with 2 hands on the wheel, which you absolutely have to do at the Dragon, it's so intense. Like, if you don't have both hands on the wheel, you're either not driving very fast or you're being super reckless. Normally. But no one was coming for a long, long way, which I could see for sure with my eyeballs. No one was coming. So instead of taking my hand off the shifter and either leaving it in fourth or shifting to neutral and coasting around the corner, I continued to battle to get it in second gear as I went around the corner. So I 100% intentionally, on purpose, went into the other lane to cut the corner to make the turn wider so that I could do it safely with one hand while I battled the shifter with my other hand and did a bunch of fucking crazy ass footwork. That's what happened. And I did this like 3 or 4 times over the weekend, and just so happens this one time I did it, got in a photo in the internet. You people freaked the fuck out over this. Now, I can't be mad at you because this is all you have to go by. But y'all need to realize this is all you have to go by. You gotta calm down and like think, hey, maybe we can't see much in the photo. Like if this was expanded, like if there was a much wider angle lens and not cropped so much, you could see down the road and you'd be like, oh, well, nobody was coming. Like, obviously, it was safe. So, there it is. Like, that's basically it. I can't imagine that not calming most people down. But I know some purists out there are gonna be like, well, you should never ever cross the lines at the Dragon, like, no matter what, even if nobody's coming for sure forever. I don't know that people think that, but I'm just gonna already assume that they do. So, my question to you people, like, if you think you should never ever, under any circumstances, no matter how safe it is, cross the double yellow lines, then tell me, have you, as a human on the planet, ever on foot, as a pedestrian, crossed a street? Have you done that? Because if you have, you should never ever do that, because maybe somebody's coming. Like, even if you can see for 1,000,000 miles, you shouldn't do, like, so I don't know that people, like, some of you are going to be like, oh, like, so diehard purists not cross. But if you are, take that into consideration. Like, sometimes you can just see what's going on. Sometimes. You have to use your eyeballs, though. And maybe you can't always trust your eyeballs, but I have this video right here on YouTube of me driving the Dragon. It's 27 minutes and 21 seconds long. And it's not like I knew y'all were all freaking out and then I made this video. No, this is just a video of me driving on the Dragon. Had no idea y'all were all losing your shit on the internet over some dumb shit. So, if you're so worried about how terrible of a driver I am and all this, feel free to watch this 30-minute long video that I had no idea y'all were all losing your mind. So this is an all-natural, unedited, just driving the Dragon as I was the whole entire weekend. So, since so many of you said I'm such a horrible driver and I'm an idiot and a moron and like so many, like whatever the fuck you said, please feel free to critique the absolute fuck out of this video, which I had no idea. Like, this is just a video. Like, was not trying to show off for the community or like prove any, like, this is just a raw video. Like, there you go. So,